FMU, you're on the air.
Hey, Tom, it's Tim.
Tim, from Tim and Eric. Tim Heidecker.
Is Eric there? Is Eric there?
Not yet.
Hold on a sec. I had him here for a second ago.
I don't think we have Eric yet.
Hold on, let me, I'm doing the iPhone connect.
Okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to pick this other line. FMU.
Hello?
Tom?
Yes.
Eric?
Hello?
Eric.
Yes, hi.
Tim and Eric.
Hey, we're both here.
Eric Wareheim.
Hey, guys. How's everybody?
Doing all right. How are you? Welcome to the show. Tim and Eric, one of the top comedy duos working in the biz these days. Everybody can't get enough of Tim and Eric. Awesome show, great job.
It's a big week here, Tom. It's premiere week for us. It's been a challenge. To thank you for accommodating to our schedule, because it's been really hard to get just even this very small amount of time to make this call because of all the premiere events that we have going on for the big season coming up on Sunday.
It's been really quite exhausting, Tom. The interviews and the panels and the discussion groups and just dealing with the press and a lot of early radio spots. We're doing a lot of more of the high-end radio stuff we do in the morning, so excuse us if we're a little exhausted now for the late-night show.
Sure.
And in about 20 minutes, we're off to the big Vanity Fair party that they're having for the premiere. We got to get there at 8, so it's 8:45. We're fine.
Because you're on LA time. On LA time, you have.
That's right. Yeah. Right. But the Vanity Fair party it starts at 8. We probably get there around 8:30. But that's, it's a big thing for the show, and we got to be there. We got to kind of, pay our respects and thank them for all the work they do.
Because everybody is celebrating the fact that the 5th season Cinco,
right,
is about to start. Is it this Sunday?
This Sunday, February 28th, 12:30, Adult Swim. This is the biggest and best season we've done, Tom. We're very excited about it.
And we were kind of surprised. Normally we kind of are under the radar a little bit when it comes to these premieres. But Adult Swim called us 6 months ago and said, why don't we really blow everybody away? Mm-hmm. And why don't we go out big for this premiere and treat it like it's, like a big movie premiere, like Avatar or something. So it's been a lot of work, but I think it's going to pay off, hopefully, in ratings.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the show is kind of a very unique show. It's the kind of show that's not for everyone.
Well, I don't know about that. I bet you could say that about our previous seasons, but this new season, it's a much broader show. We've done a lot of research, and focused on the comedy that's going to really appeal to a larger audience. We're very happy with that fact.
Really?
Well, I don't know if you know about this, but I'm happy to plug them. We got involved with Haystack.com, and they were able to sort of shed light onto what's working for our show and what isn't working, and really made a big difference when we came to the process of writing and producing season Cinco.
A lot of our production budget went to Haystack this season, but what they do is they assemble all blog comments, reviews on the internet, anything involving Tim and Eric, awesome show, great job, and they compile them, and they kind of give you a little survey and a little bar graph of what's working, what do people want, what people don't want, and we can apply that right into our scripts.
And this
I would only take umbrage to your phrasing of it being a little. These guys provide such just a huge amount of data for us to go through. I'm talking about a 300-page binder, and we go to a seminar out in Simi Valley here, which is about an hour away, and we spend a 3-day weekend up there going through every little bit of the data that they've mined, and it's really impressive.
Yeah, they do a really great job. We're very proud of them.
Really? That's pretty surprising, I have to say, because I always thought the show, Tim and Eric, awesome show, great job, which is going to start, new season starts this Sunday on Adult Swim. I always thought it's weird to hear that you're using that sort of tracking and you have that sort of concern for. But when you're polling these people, are you polling fans of the previous?
No, it's not polling. It's mining data that's already out there.
Yeah.
Okay, but is it?
That's a big difference. I just want to say that right off the bat.
The data that you're mining, is it being mined from people who are fans of the previous 4 seasons?
Across the board.
Yeah, it's everything, Tom. And a lot of people come to us and say, we like your show because it feels like it's from your two brains. It's very personal. It's kind of show, and that's how we started, and we were very happy with that. But now, when you come to season 5, we want to see the money. We want to see the revenue coming in. We want to see the ratings jump up. That's why we go to Haystacks.com.
I'll tell you. I'm sorry. I'll give you a great example of how it worked in real time. For instance, on a comedy blog site. I don't have the name of the site in front of me, but on a comedy blog site, there was a posting that said, "I like the show, except I wish there were more Bush jokes. I wish there were more political jokes, like Obama jokes, like current event stuff." That data stream gets put into the proposal, and we see that on the screen in real time. We see how we can get we can get that audience that we're missing. We can get them. They're out there. They want to like the show, but there's a resistance to it because we don't do enough political stuff. So what do? We write a bunch of political sketches, and they're way up front of each episode. So it's topical, it's timely, and all of a sudden we got a new audience. We got a new audience group that's coming to the show. Yeah.
To give you another example, they did some data on if people liked my character Eric on the show, and about 90% of people said no, we do not like that character. So Tim and I took that into account. We reworked me. I do a lot of Obama stuff now. A lot of Obama stuff. I do a lot of puppet work as well. And you know what? I feel like my character is not going. It's going to be liked more. More people are going to get it, and more people are going to relate to it. That's what Haystack does for us.
There was a great comment that said, "I don't get it. It's a comedy show. Why don't I hear anybody laughing?" And in the previous seasons, we never had a laugh track, which is a great way to cue people in to tell you, where the jokes are. And it creates a flow. It creates a rhythm within the show. So we added a laugh track, and it's a small thing, and it's a subtle thing, and I don't think anyone's going to notice. I don't think you're going to notice, Tom, but it's going to open us up to a wider audience, and that's what we're here to do.
And but this feels very contrary to everything that I had kind of known about your show, and I think, if this might sound harsh, but it seemed like the things that made me like the show were the fact that elements like this were not a component of it.
Well, go ahead, Eric.
I was just going to say, we appreciate that point of view, Tom, and that's fine if you're going to be an artist or you're going to be an independent musician and struggle your whole lives, but Tim and I have families, we have...
It's sort of like, I like the comparison that Haystack makes is like, look at Twix, the candy bar. Twix was a perfectly fine candy bar, and they were doing well. They had a piece of the market share, and then all of a sudden they came out with peanut butter Twix, and all of a sudden you have a whole new audience for that candy bar.
Everyone loves the peanut butter Twix.
It's, you can't deny that.
When I'm in high school, I'm going to make some art videos. When I grow up to be a 33-year-old man, I'm going to make a high-quality TV show that everyone loves and everyone gets a kick out of. That's my goal.
But you said that when you said you
Hello?
were... Yes? Hello? Can you hear me?
I hear you fine.
Did we lose Tim?
I think we might have lost him.
We have Tim and Eric from Tim and Eric Awesome Show, Great Job, which is on Adult Swim. New season, the 5th season, is premiering this Sunday.
I also want to do a big shout-out to a group called Myers and Higgins. They're a division off of Haystack.com.
Hello, yes.
Hey, Tim.
Hello?
Tim?
Hello?
Tim,
you're back.
Hello?
Tim?
Must be having a little problem with the audio.
Now we, Eric? Okay. All right. Why do I bother? Why do I bother? Why? Why am I working for months on this premium? Why? FMU, you're on the air.
Sorry about that, Tom.
Oh, that's all right, Tim.
Let me add Eric again, okay? I hope.
Okay, we're waiting for Eric.
Everybody there?
I'm here.
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Okay. I was talking about Twix.
Yes, you were mentioning Twix.
I thought the analogy I'm making is that, Twix, there was the original Twix bar for many years, and they introduced the Twix peanut butter bar, and it was a huge hit, and that opened up to an entirely new and bigger market, I think, and that's sort of, can't deny that, was the point I was making.
Yes.
Yeah. While you were gone, Tim, I was briefly starting to talk to Tom about Myers and Higgins, which is the focus group division of Haystack.com, and they focus grouped all. Tom, are you familiar with what a focus group is for TV?
I'm sorry?
Are you familiar with what a focus group is for when you test a TV show?
I am, yes.
For those who don't know what it is you show your TV show to about 30 teenage boys, and they have a dial, and they tell you what's funny and what's not funny. What Myers and Higgins does is they go out and they did all of our shows, and we get all that data, what people thought was funny, what people thought was not funny, and we got a really bad report. We got an F.
It was a big wake-up call.
Yeah. Just another reason why we really retooled season 5. We really added some, we really took the suggestions of a lot of these teenage boys, and we feel like we have a spectacular season coming up.
Now, Eric and I, remember, it was a moment of crisis. Eric and I ordered a Domino's pizza, sat down across from each other, got a couple of Diet Cokes out, and we sat down and said, this is a crossroads for us. What do we want to do? Do we want to make a show that can appeal to people, or are we going to keep turning people off?
Tim, I remember what you did is you're actually eating some bugles as well, and you said, do we want to be on the small end of this bugle or the large open end where a lot of people can enjoy that crispy bugle? And I said the large end, of course. Everyone wants a bite of that.
Well, that's because bugle makes a great snack.
Yeah.
Now, can I just ask, when you were feeling this crisis with season 5, you showed an episode from season 5 to this focus group?
No, they had looked at previous episodes.
Oh, wow. Okay, because that's what I was going to ask. They were judging the stuff that you've already done, that people have, the episodes that people have enjoyed.
Right.
Well, some have enjoyed, Tom. I mean, a few have.
Well, I think you have a pretty solid fan base for the body of work you've been compiling over the last bunch of years.
George Lopez would laugh at the size of our audience. You know what I mean? It's a joke. It's a very niche, small, artsy, fickle group of people that, frankly, aren't supporting us financially. They're not there buying the merchandise the way we'd like them to. And there's the possibility, if you have, if you ask people at Haystack, you're saying you're excluding 90% of the pie so that you can have all the pie. In other words, if we had a large piece of Domino's pizza here,
yes,
right, and there were 10 pieces, right, we're serving one piece of pie, but there's 9 pieces of pie left that we're throwing away every week we make a show.
Huh.
So
it's waste. It's not an efficient way to make comedy. Another way to look at it is you ask a group of 10 boys, 10 teenagers, who here knows what a pepperoni pizza combo is? You know, you get 9 or 10 hands. Anybody know what a rimkin is? And a rimkin is actually what combo's designed a combo after. With a little pretzel with some cheese inside of it. No one would, maybe one person would raise their hand. And that's how we were feeling, like a rimkin. And, you know, Haystack really just brought us up to the combo level.
It sucks because combo is a great snack. And if you don't know what a rimkin is, you don't know what you're missing.
Yeah.
I'm a little taken aback at that. I got to just say this is I don't know why you would feel. I understand the need to always want to have the thing appeal to as many people as possible, but I don't understand the need to appeal to everybody.
Oh, look at something like the Ford Escape is a great car, but it's for everybody. So it can be both. It doesn't have to be just for a certain group of people.
Yeah, but it's
a
car.
Or somebody like, well, I know, but I'm thinking I'm using analogies. For instance, Pepperidge Farm makes goldfish, and they make different kinds of crackers, but they also make Milano cookies. They make sweets. So it's not just they're not just traveling down this one narrow road, excluding everybody else. They're inclusive. And that's why Pepperidge Farms makes a great snack, whether you want something salty or sweet.
But those are, again, those are snack. First of all, can I just say, you seem to be mentioning a lot of products. There seems to be a lot of mentioning of pizza places and cookies and snacks.
We're just using them as analogies, really.
Not to say that they're not great products that we'd be honored to stand behind, and I think all those snacks that we mentioned are perfect for enjoying during our show or during the entire Adult Swim block. So
this is kind of a this is I don't know.
Well, we don't want to drag you. We don't want to drag the interview down with all this sort of behind the scenes stuff. If anybody has any other if you have any other questions, we'd be
what can you with this in mind? What you're talking about now? What is how does the first what happens in this debut episode for season 5? What are some of the things that we can look forward to? Are a lot of our...
Well, let me paint you a picture of maybe you or a fan or somebody that hasn't seen the show, a new to the show, might want to do Sunday night at 12:29, right? You go into your kitchen. Hopefully, you got a bag of Doritos. You got a bag of Pringles, the new low-fat Pringles that just came out that are actually with sour cream and onion. It kills. It's a great snack, and you don't feel guilty because you're eating them. And maybe you got a little Diet Dr. Pepper, or you got something from out of the Coca-Cola family, and you get some Pepperidge Farm crackers, and maybe you get some of the cookies for later. You get a nice spread because maybe you have a friend over. You sit down. Eric, take it away.
Eric?
Yes. Hello?
Eric.
I don't know where Eric is. So you sit down, and the opening shot opens up, and I got a big surprise news for everybody. It's in HD.
It's huge.
So the new season's in HD.
Right. And here's the problem that we have with the original show was you never knew what was going on. You didn't know who was in the show. Right? I know that was probably a complaint you had, Tom. I don't know, but I assume it was, who's in this show?
Yes.
Who's the star of the show? So we have a beautiful new opening segment that we produced over the summer that features the stars of the show. And it's a way to introduce Tim Heidecker and Eric Wareheim. Here are the stars of the show, here are the creators of the show, and here are the two actors in the show. And it really sets the stage.
Just really nice peppy jazz. You know, it's a real nice way to just get you excited about who's starring in the show right away.
It's a punch in the arm. And then we go into some great comedy sketches. The first bit is well, we had written it a while ago, and it might feel a little stale now, but it's a goof on President Obama's State of the Union. And Eric's doing Obama, and he goes on and on and on, and we do that. He's laughing because it's a funny bit.
Yeah.
And he just keeps hitting the same 2 or 3 things, and you see we cut to people in the audience, and you see them snoring and they're falling asleep.
And that's the wow. That's look. That's
yeah, and then we have a new character named Tiny, who I play, and he's this guy who wears a diaper and he runs around and he spanks people on the street. We go out like hidden camera style and go around and spank all these people on the street. And I go, Tiny!
And that
and you should wait till you see the people's faces.
When they get spanked.
When they get smacked. And that's pretty much it. Then we cut back to the State of the Union stuff and do sort of a return to that bit. And what else, Eric? We do something else in that episode? We do...
yeah, we did Where's My Hiney? And it's 2 guys that forget where their buttocks are. You know, where's my hiney? I don't know. Where's my hiney? I don't know. Where's my hiney? I don't know.
Well, that's kind of that. I don't know. That sounds a little. That does not sound like what you guys have done in the past.
It's new stuff.
Tracy Morgan's in that bit.
Who? What's that?
Tracy Morgan and Bruce Willis are in that bit. Those are our guest stars.
And Bruce, really?
Yeah, and that's sort of a wraparound for the new movie Cop Out coming out. Perfectly timed for them because it's a great exposure to our audience and to, you know, we attract a younger audience, so it's perfect. It's a perfect fit.
Well, that's very. I got to say, I'm a little bummed. No, it's not. It's not exciting. It's a little. It's a real bummer. Because I've been such a big fan of everything you guys have done, and it sounds like you guys are just now listening. What is Haystack anyway? You kept mentioning Haystack.
Well, Haystack is a focus group mining company. It basically mines the web in its entirety. You give it a keyword like Tim and Eric Awesome Show, and it goes and finds, goes through all the user comments, all, like, for instance, on a specialthing.com. If anyone's got a thread going there about Tim and Eric, it'll gather all that, break it down, and create an algorithm and find out and start making data that we can use. It's a huge company. Mm-hmm. They're actually a really big company.
And who else have they helped?
Dimitri Martin.
Okay. Like, they've helped him shape his show?
Yeah, they started from the very beginning with his.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
Actually, yeah, we don't. They're not supposed to tell us their clients. It's a very private thing.
Uh-huh.
But we know Dimitri, and we know, and he's confided. He kind of recommended this site to us.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He spent a good 80% of his budget on Haystack.com. If you notice, his show is not very high quality in terms of the visuals. The jokes we think are, knock it out of the park. But that's where Haystacks comes in. They give you the jokes, but they cost a pretty penny.
Mm-hmm. Sure, we couldn't afford the service, but darn it, maybe if we do another season or another show, we will. They have a service where they go one step beyond, and they actually provide you with the scripts. And you don't even have to go to the seminar. In other words, you pay them, and they do all the data mining, and they create all the reports. They write scripts based on best case. They write scripts based on what your audience is going to want to see. And it's a great. I've heard nothing but great things about that service. It's just out of our price range. So
wow. Well, that sounds like a whole other level that I would hate. That sounds like a whole other level of. I don't know why you're getting away from. Look, I know why you're getting away from it because you said money.
Right.
But
families, the homes,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say about one. I hate to do this to you right while you're talking about money because it sounds so corny, but do get some Twix if you're at 7-Eleven or at the gas station because it makes a great snack. And that's all I'm going to say about that. We won't go into it.
Yeah, and don't forget getting a Bugle or the new pizzeria combo. That's a nice snack too. Mm-hmm. If you're out and about.
But that's not why we're on your show. So we won't talk about Twix or Bugles anymore.
Mm-hmm. You mean you've mentioned them 30 times?
No.
Well, we were mentioning them as tools to help try to explain our position. I don't think we're using them for any promotional reasons. Mm-hmm. We're using them as analogies.
But there's no you do not have any financial stake in any of those products?
Well, that's not important whether or not we do or don't. You know, that's my business. It's our business.
Well, no, you keep mentioning. Could you? Do you? I would just please, own it.
Listen, we all, being on television, we get paid through advertisers. That's how you know this. I know, you're a man of the world. You know that the reason TV gets produced is through advertising dollars. That's no news. Shouldn't be any news to anybody. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, respectfully take the fifth.
Well, I gotta say, I know how it works, and I would also say that you phrasing it like that kind of implies that you taking the fifth speaks volumes. Mm-hmm. And you can understand that, right?
Well, you're speculating there, Tom. I mean, why can't a man just, talk about Bugles and combos and other kinds of snacks? I like lots of snacks.
It's a very loaded. It just feels very suspect.
Well, yeah, but for instance, I was talking about the Ford Escape, and you have no problem with that.
Well, I had a huge problem with it. I'm letting it slide because you only mentioned it. Well, you only mentioned it once, but now you found a way to mention it again. I do You don't have like a checklist there, do you, where you're making sure you get these mentions in a certain amount?
No, I can assure you we have no checklist.
It's ridiculous.
If you want, I'll go down to Staples and get a piece of paper, and we can make a checklist of all the things that we were supposed to talk about. And maybe you'd be, I could get a Sharpie from Staples and use my Staples rewards card and make the list. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that's a waste of time.
That's a little bit much, Tim. All we want to do is say, enjoy season 5. Get your friends. Get a nice bowl of Doritos, some M&Ms, a Diet Coke, Mountain Dew, and enjoy 10 episodes of awesome show.
Wow, I got to say this is dispiriting.
Well, I guess we'll start. We don't need to call all the .edu. The .org sites anymore, because this is the kind of attitude we've been getting all day from the college stations. From the
Well, this is not a college station.
Well, I understand, but the internet sites that we did a little internet radio this morning, and it did not go well. I got to say, we're sort of at the end of the rope with this sort of judgment starts going on.
Well, I would say it only comes from the fact that you guys are the one changing the dynamic.
Well, we got a bit on that in the second episode, all about Obama's change, and it's very funny because it's sort of a play on words about him asking for change. Mm-hmm. Eric does Obama as this homeless guy going, "Spare some change."
Well, that sounds racist. A little.
No, because his whole thing was about change. No,
I know, but you're whatever.
It's a pun. It works.
It's comedy, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's.
Listen, if you could have talked to us,
is it comedy?
When we were doing our interviews this morning, we were on fire. This is a late night internet thing. We're sorry we can't give you 110% right now.
I'm surprised you guys are not taking Jay Leno's track that he had, his race car track, Why don't you put that on season 5 while you're at it?
We have a bit where we challenge our guests to race around a foot race, like a running race. Mm-hmm. So we have dogs that chase us around, and these girls without tops, girls with just bikini bottoms on, chasing after these hot dogs.
Great.
And
So
Eric comes out as Obama and goes, I don't stand for this.
Sure. Well, it sounds awesome. It sounds like you guys should be really proud of where you've gotten the show to. It's. I hope you enjoy all the. Money.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
That was sarcastic.
Thanks so much, Tom. Thanks for the good wishes.
No,
good luck with your internet show.
I'm being sarcastic.
Well, we save our sarcasm for the show because we do a lot of bits, but political bits, where we're saying something, but we mean something else, and it works. It works great.
Yeah.
When we do I do a Biden bit where I come in, I say, Obama, why don't you let me run this show for a while? And he goes, nah. He goes, nah. And I go, like, you better wait your turn. And we get into this little slap fight. It's very funny.
Nah.
I stop laughing, please, like that. I don't like that laugh at all.
You're going to see a lot of that kind of laughter. That's one thing that Haystack taught us.
That's a funny. When we're writing and Eric when I'm pitching an idea and I get that laugh from him, it goes up on the board and we shoot it. It's just the end of the. It's
done.
Wow.
Yeah, if you're see for yourself, Tom. I mean, it's airing Sunday night. Check it out.
Yeah, maybe just open your eyes. Maybe change is good. Change is good.
Look, I'll watch. It's this Sunday. Tim and Eric, awesome show, great job, is coming back for season 5, season 5, and I'm very skeptical if this is the direction that the show has gone in, though.
Okay, you've said that many times. Thanks for having us.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry it was redundant. Maybe you would have been happier if I mentioned the Doritos 12 times.
Listen, it's a great snack.
You should be ashamed.
Cool, man.
Thanks, Tom. All the best to all those great listeners out there. I hope you tune in. Can we just do a quick shout-out while we're on the air?
Sure.
I want to give a big shout-out to all my bros at Haystack.com who made this dream possible. Everybody that we're going to see tonight at the Vanity Fair party. We're going to party like it's 2010, and we're going to have a great time, and I wish everybody comes and checks out the show. Eric?
Great.
Yeah, I just want to say a quick hello to my mom and dad who are listening. Thank you so much for that Cool Ranch Doritos taco salad we had last night. It was delicious.
And you're going to cue a music sting for us to get out?
Sure.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tim and Eric. Thank you for calling up. I appreciate it. There we go. Oh, everybody's it's up is down, left is right.